Welcome to Science A+ Global.
Best study tips for kinesthetic learners. How to study better if you are a physical, kinesthetic learner. Who are kinesthetic learners? Kinesthetic learners are physically and mentally active. They're often energetic, athletic, and enjoy hands-on learning. These kind of learners process information best when tactilely engaged with the subject at hand, and struggle to sit idly by when trying to take in new information. You might be a kinesthetic learner if you prefer to participate in hands-on activities rather than just looking at the textbooks or listening to lectures. These students learn best when they can incorporate physical activity into the learning process. However, they tend to be easily distracted and often become bored with activities that require sitting still for long periods of time. How to know if I am a kinesthetic learner? While people often have a combination of learning styles, the general consensus is that there are three main types: auditory learners, visual learners, and kinesthetic learners. Kinesthetic learners are those who need to use their bodies in order to learn new material. Kinesthetic learners, also known as tactile learners, learn best by doing. They like to touch and actively engage with their environments. When they're studying, they often move around to remain physically engaged with the material. These learners thrive when they can try activities for themselves, rather than just watching or listening to others do it. Kinesthetic learners typically enjoy solving puzzles or problems. If there is a difficult problem in your studies, try breaking it down into smaller parts, then tackle each part one at a time. By doing this, you may be able to find creative ways of overcoming problems. Use multiple senses while studying: see, hear, smell, touch. Use visual aids such as charts, posters, or flashcards, or make them yourself. You may find writing out key words and phrases helpful too. You learn best when you make things for your studies. This is particularly useful for creative subjects, such as art or even science. The more involved you are in the learning process, the more likely it is that you'll remember the information. These learners use practical materials wherever possible rather than just textbooks. They focus on staying engaged by taking notes and asking questions when you need clarification. Taking notes during lectures helps kinesthetic learners to maintain focus during lectures. Kinesthetic learners are students who learn best through a hands-on approach. These students thrive when learning by doing, and often prefer activities, projects, and group work to traditional lectures. These learners are hands-on learners who learn best through movement and experience. This can be done perfectly by working in small study groups. Kinesthetic learners tend to be the most active students in a room. If you find yourself fidgeting in your seat, doodling on your notes, or have a hard time sitting still during class, there is a good chance you are a kinesthetic learner. Here are some tips to sucked in learning, if you are a kinesthetic learner. Number 1. Teach colleagues what you have learned. The process of explaining to others helps you remember facts and concepts much better than studying them on your own. They can be highly benefited from actively engaging in group work where activities such as discussing and teaching other students are involved. Number 2. Make something. Flashcards, mnemonic devices. Kinesthetic learners learn best when they're doing something, such as taking notes, doodling pictures, or making flashcards for later review. If you're a kinesthetic learner, you're probably already pretty good at taking notes, but try adding images to your notes that explain key concepts in a way that makes sense to you. Number 3. Be active. Walk around, read loud while studying. Take notes by hand. Writing stimulates your brain so that you can remember more of what you hear. Make lists. Noting what is important can help you focus on key information. Use symbols and highlight words. Use different colored pens or highlighters to emphasize important concepts. Walk around during study breaks. Getting up and moving around helps keep blood flowing to the brain and keeps you alert for new information. Number 4. Use a computer. Use a computer so you can type instead of write for note-taking, writing papers, and completing other assignments. Using a computer helps you stimulate in a both visual and auditory manner. By using a computer, you can follow video tutorial, listen to podcast and create study material as well. Number 5. Write notes while studying and follow with finger when reading. If you're a kinesthetic learner, you learn by doing. You understand and memorize things by means of physical movement and interactions. Number 6. Use learning aids or build something. Use flashcards to quiz yourself and practice key terms before class. Highlight your textbook as you read it. Rewrite your notes after class to help solidify the information in your mind. Number 7. Try listening to music. You might find that a tune helps you focus and concentrate. If you're doing repetitive tasks, a song with a fast beat can help to keep you engaged. At the same time, if you're trying to do something creative, classical music may be beneficial for encouraging your creative side. Number 8. Engage in group work with kinesthetic learning. Students often learn best when they interact and collaborate with others in a group setting. Group projects can help students master particular concepts by teaching them how to communicate their ideas to others and how to identify different strengths and weaknesses within a team setting. Number 9. Role-play concepts for better understanding. If you're having trouble grasping an abstract concept, try simulating the idea through role-playing with friends or classmates. They learn best when they're able to do an activity, touch something or be in motion, so it's not surprising that sitting still at a desk is their worst nightmare. Number 10. Short breaks between studies. If you need to take frequent breaks while studying and if sitting still while being taught is difficult, you could be a kinesthetic learner. Study in short bursts. Many kinesthetic learners find that it's easier to focus on studying if they break up their study sessions into brief, frequent intervals over the course of a day. One helpful strategy is to alternate 10-minute periods of studying with 10-minute breaks during which you can get up and stretch, do some physical activity or simply relax your mind by doing something else. Conclusion. From a young age, kinesthetic learners have been taught to believe that sitting still and memorizing facts is the only way to learn. They are hands-on learners and they thrive on physical activity and movement. These students often find it difficult to sit still for long periods or listen to lectures passively. They want to get up, touch things and move around. Kinesthetic learners need opportunities to be physically involved in their learning in order to remain interested and engaged. So, if you think you are a kinesthetic learner, try the above tips and make the most from your study sessions.
Thank you for watching. Visit www.scienceaplus.com for more science-related content.